Welcome to another edition of Motoring Northwest with me, Mark Stone, and another beautiful English summer's day. Yes, it's peeing down. What a novelty. Over the years, since ALFA, ALFA, that's the Association of Lombardy Automobile Fabricators, and Nicola Larini got together, they've churned out some absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful cars, both road cars and racing cars. The Villa d'Este is an absolute gem. The P3, absolutely unbelievable in what it achieved in competition. Equally, with drivers like Achille Voisi and Tazio Nuvolari at the wheels, it's highly surprising that if they hadn't have won anything. Now, what you've all to bear in mind, as I try and get myself out on this roundabout, over the years as well, besides turning out some stunning cars, some incredible high-performance cars, they've turned out some complete tripe. The Alfa Sud, great little car, it just didn't last very long. It tried to return to Mother Earth with staggering enthusiasm. However, things have got better. Admittedly, they couldn't go any worse. And we now find ourselves sat in what, according to the factory, is the Alfa Romeo Type 955, better known to you folks as the Alfa Romeo MiTo. Hit the showrooms in 2008, and the idea of the MiTo was to give Alfa enthusiasts and people who were looking for a bit of style a super mini that just oozed chic. And with the MiTo, they achieved it. The curves, the lines, the looks, the presence more than lived up to the little badge on the front of the Alfa Romeo, which of course, as we all know, incorporates the St George's Cross and a snake eating a little boy. Apparently, over in Milan, food did get scarce at certain points, so, shall we say, the least popular of the family got consumed on a periodic basis. This is the latest one, and this is the top one. This is the 1.4 twin-clutch transmission Quadrifoglio Verde, better known as the green cloverleaf. Order a Quattro Stagioni and you'll get a piece of it. This little darling is finished in magnesio matte grey with stunning 18-inch alloys. It looks the business. This turns heads more than any other little car I've driven, but mainly because as an Alfa Romeo, like 'em or loathe 'em, people still love 'em to bits. There is something about Alfas. As I've said, they've a competition history, and since this is the cloverleaf model, this is the one that gives you all the sports and racing heritage, should you be so inclined. This is the quick one, and when you drive it, and when you look round it inside, you realise why this is the quick one. It's a bit pricier than all the other MiTos, but if you can afford it, it really is the one to be going for. There's three engine choices. There's a 3-cylinder petrol, there's a 1.7 diesel, or we've got this one, the 1368 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol unit that pumps out 170 brake horsepower, 250 newton meters of torque, and is mated to the aforementioned twin-clutch transmission, sequential or fully automatic 6-speed gearbox, complete with flappy paddle gear changes. Also, if you're so inclined, you've got the Alfa DNA switch, which gives you all weather that we're in now, given the fact we're wading through God knows how much water. Normal, which makes the steering nice and comfortable, makes the gear changes in automatic nice and smooth, and makes the brakes and suspension nice, comfortable and progressive. You can then, if you're so inclined, go into dynamic mode or sport mode. This sharpens up the steering, sharpens up the brakes, sharpens up the gear changes, especially in paddle, hardens up the suspension, and makes the brakes a whole lot keener. In keeping with all this, given the fact it's the cloverleaf, inside, plenty of carbon fibre effect, lovely clear racing style instrumentation with all the clocks labelled in Italian. At the end of the day, Alfa's Cloverleaf MiTo isn't a car you buy because it makes good common sense. It's a car you buy because you want it. There is just something about it. It highlights just how desirable the Alfa Romeo name, the brand and the badge are. It's also worth bearing in mind that if it hadn't have been for Alfa Romeo and the racing team and the fact they made Enzo Ferrari team manager, dear old Enzo could probably have remained nothing more than a humble mechanic. So most people think that Ferrari is the mark. When it comes to history, it's Alfa that has the history, that has the lineage. I've been to the museum in Aresi and they have a trophy cabinet. It's called a building. That's how successful these guys have been. And when you deal with anybody at Alfa Romeo and anybody at Fiat, because Fiat of course own them, when they talk about them, they talk about an Alfa Romeo with reverence. It's a car and a name and a mark and a brand that still, especially to the Americans, means something. It means something, as I said, to the Americans, to the Italians, to everybody. The collectors' clubs are numerous. There is more prestige in owning an old Alfa Romeo than virtually any other mark. They are just tremendous cars. As I said, you forgive them every made, because when you're behind the wheel of an Alfa, the only thing you need is a decent road ahead, a full tank of fuel. Apart from that, they are more or less the ultimate travelling companion. As I said, when it comes to hatchbacks, there's probably ones out there far more practical, far more useful, far more economical. This little petrol engine, best I've achieved, 27.2, which is a lump off what the factory say. But so what? Every time you put your foot down, the exhaust sings, the ref counter spins round, the speedo climbs, the fuel gauge drops. Put that aside, just enjoy the transmission, enjoy the engine, enjoy the performance, and just enjoy how these little cars handle form. Yes, the suspension is a bit hard, especially in dynamic. The seats are hard. Racing seats were never designed for comfort, they're designed to hold you in position. But just go out there and enjoy it. As I said, common sense will probably tell you, don't buy an Alfa. Everything else about it says, yes, this is a car you really do want sat in your driveway.